In the summer of 1994, on the sun-drenched stadiums of America, the Italian national team wrote one of the most epic chapters in world football history. It was an unbelievable journey, where the Azzurri went from the brink of elimination in the group stage to a breathtaking final at the Rose Bowl. With their renowned defensive style combined with romantic moments of individual brilliance, they not only achieved the runner-up title, but also became an unforgettable part of the memories of an entire generation of football fans. But behind those glorious moments were players with very different destinies. 30 years have passed, and time has etched different marks on their lives. Some continued to conquer new heights, some chose a quieter path, and others struggled with harsh adversities. Let's look back at the tumultuous journey of the 13 souls who made up that golden generation. Roberto Baggio was the breath, the lifeblood, and the savior of the Italian nation. At 27, with his signature ponytail and eyes filled with profound sadness, he displayed an artistic style of play. His 5 goals from the knockout rounds to the final were not just goals, but masterpieces that rescued the team from the brink of defeat. Yet fate chose him to take the historic penalty kick that went over the crossbar in the final against Brazil. The image of Baggio standing silently, head bowed amidst the cheers of the opposing team, has become an eternal symbol of tragic beauty. After that grueling summer, Baggio continued his nomadic journey through Italy's biggest clubs, Milan, Inter, and finally, Brescia. Wherever he went, he was loved like a saint for his elegant playing style and humble personality. However, his career was also plagued by injuries and conflicts with pragmatic coaches. Off the field, Baggio found peace in Buddhist philosophy, helping him overcome physical and mental pain. He chose a pastoral life on a farm in Alta Villa Vicentina, dedicating time to his family and his passion for hunting, away from the noise of the media. It's thought-provoking how the image of a lonely artist on the pitch strangely mirrored his life. He was always a public figure, yet he yearned for absolute tranquility. Today, at 57, Baggio remains an enduring icon, an inspiration of resilience and kindness, living a peaceful life and still cherishing his love for football in his own unique way. At the age of 25, Paolo Maldini at the 1994 World Cup was already a perfect embodiment of defensive artistry. He didn't need rough tackles to regain control. Instead, he relied on subtle situational awareness and graceful runs. Maldini was then an icon of elegance, a left back who could frustrate any striker with his uncanny composure. After the tournament in the USA, his career became an epic of loyalty at AC Milan, where he won numerous Champions League and Scudetto titles, playing at the highest level until the age of 41. Maldini's life has been a smooth flow of glory and professionalism. He married former model Adriana Fossa and built an exemplary family, avoiding any scandals. After retiring, he tried his hand at professional tennis before returning to Milan as technical director, playing a major role in leading the team back to the Serie A title in 2022. The connection between his elegance on the court and his real life is an absolute consistency. He is a gentleman through and through. Today at 56, even though he has left his managerial position at Milan, Maldini still maintains his dignified demeanor and ageless appearance. He regularly appears at major sporting events, continuing to be a role model for younger generations of defenders in terms of both talent and professional ethics. Demetrio Albertini played with the mindset of a master architect. In the 1994 squad, he dictated the tempo, linking defense and attack with his perfectly accurate long passes. His calm and intelligent style of play helped Italy control even the most tense matches. After his success in the USA, Albertini continued to be a key player for AC Milan before having memorable experiences at Atletico Madrid and Barcelona. In real life, Albertini is a man of intellect and foresight. Even while still playing, he prepared for life after football by studying management. After retiring, he didn't choose the sidelines, but the political table. becoming vice president of the Italian Football Federation, FIGC. He played a crucial role in reforming the country's youth football system. His personal life is very stable with a happy marriage, a role model of a successful and intellectual man. The connection between his role as an organizer on the field and his managerial role off the field is very clear. Today, at 52, Albertini is a successful businessman and remains a highly influential figure in European football. He lives a dynamic, modern life, but still retains the sophistication and elegance of a talented midfielder. Dino Baggio always lived in the shadow of his teammate Roberto. However, at the 1994 World Cup, at the age of 22, he was the key to the midfield. With his abundant stamina and thunderous long-range shots, Dino Baggio scored crucial goals against Norway and Spain. He was the perfect box-to-box midfielder before the concept became popular. After the tournament, he became an icon of Parma during the club's golden age, winning numerous UEFA Cup titles. In stark contrast to his explosive on-field career, Dino Baggio's life after football has been remarkably quiet. He quickly stepped away from the spotlight after retiring in 2005. Recently, he garnered attention for speaking out about the health issues facing players of his generation, particularly regarding medications used in the past. A courageous and responsible stance. Dino was a family man, choosing a secluded life in the countryside, enjoying simple pleasures and avoiding the hustle and bustle of football's showbiz world. Most admirable of Dino was his humility. He never complained about not being as famous as Roberto. Now, at 52, he lives a peaceful life, content with his contributions and still remembered by fans as one of the most dedicated warriors in the Azzurri jersey. Franco Baresi entered the 1994 World Cup as the last remaining veteran of a golden era. Tragedy struck when he suffered a meniscus injury in the second match, seemingly ending his participation in the tournament. But a medical miracle and unwavering determination brought him back to the final just 25 days after surgery. Baresi's image of commanding the defense against Brazil's formidable attack for 120 minutes is one of the greatest individual performances in history. His tears after missing a penalty were the tears of a warrior who had poured his last drops of sweat into his country. After retiring in 1997, Baresi was honored by Milan with the permanent retirement of his number 6 jersey. His life after playing was quite quiet. He tried his hand at coaching and management, but mainly served as an ambassador for the club. Baresi was a man of traditional values, living a private life and always maintaining the absolute respect of his colleagues. Interestingly, on the field he was a dictator in defense with a fiery shout, but off the field he was an extremely gentle and reserved person. Currently, at the age of 64, Baresi is still associated with AC Milan as honorary vice president. Every time he appears in the stands at San Siro, people see the figure of a legend who dedicated his entire life to the red and black stripes and the Azzurri, a living testament to boundless dedication. Gianluca Pagliuca's performance at the 1994 World Cup in the USA was a dramatic one. At the age of 27, he became the first goalkeeper in World Cup history to receive a red card against Norway. However, he made a powerful comeback in the final, making a spectacular save that pushed the ball onto the post and then kissed the post as if thanking fate. Pagliuca embodied the style of a modern goalkeeper, incredibly quick reflexes and superb command of the penalty area. After the tournament, he moved to Inter Milan and continued to solidify his position as one of the best goalkeepers in the world in the 1990s. Pagliuca's personal life is as strong and direct as his diving saves. He is known for his frank, sometimes controversial, but always sincere statements. After retiring, he didn't choose the high-pressure path of head coach, but focused on training young goalkeepers in his hometown of Bologna. He is also a sharp football commentator on television, where he doesn't hesitate to point out the mistakes of younger players with the perspective of a master. His strength on the field seems to have carried over into his life. helping him weather the ups and downs of his career and life. Now, at 57, Pagliuca lives happily with his family, still regularly participating in charity matches and maintaining the form and agility of a goalkeeper who once earned the admiration of the world. Alessandro Costacurta, also known as Billy, was an indispensable piece of Milan's impenetrable defense at the age of 28. Although he missed the final due to suspension, one of the biggest regrets of his career, his influence on the preceding campaign was immense. He was the perfect support for Baresi and Maldini, a center-back who played with exceptional intelligence. After 1994, he continued to conquer European heights with Milan many more times, playing until he was 41 years old. Costacurta's personal life is intertwined with his fairy tale romance with former Miss Italy Martina Colombari. They are one of the most powerful and enduring couples in Italian football. After retiring, he briefly tried his hand at coaching, but discovered his true passion was football analysis. Currently, he is one of the leading experts on Sky Italia, renowned for his insightful, impartial, and highly professional commentary. Off the field, Costacurta is an extroverted, cheerful, and highly intelligent person. At 58, he enjoys a fulfilling life with his wife and children, maintaining a toned physique and captivating demeanor. His journey is proof of how to transform the glamour of the football field into a sustainable career and a happy personal life. At 26, Giuseppe Signori was one of the best strikers in Serie A. Although he didn't score, he made crucial contributions, especially the assist for Baggio's decisive goal against Spain. Signori was famous for his no-run-up penalty kicks and his magical left foot. After the tournament, he became a living legend of Lazio, winning the Serie A top scorer title 3 times, a remarkable achievement in an era of impenetrable defense. However, Signori's life after football took a terrible turn. In 2011, he was accused of involvement in a betting scandal and banned from football for life. For 10 long years, he fought tenaciously to clear his name. Finally, in 2021, he was acquitted of all charges. This event took many things from him, but it also showed an indomitable spirit. While on the field, he was a cold-blooded killer. Off the field, he silently endured the injustice. Today, at 56, Signori has regained his honor and peace of mind. He spends his time coaching young players and sharing his life lessons. His story is a reminder of the harshness of fate, but also proof that truth will ultimately prevail. Zola has a painful memory from 1994 in the USA, when at the age of 27, he only played 12 minutes against Nigeria before receiving an unfair red card. But that very injustice forged one of the greatest personalities in world football. After the tournament, Zola left Parma for Chelsea and became an icon, completely changing the English perception of foreign players. He was voted the greatest player in Chelsea's history thanks to his superb technique and chivalrous character. In real life, Zola was a true gentleman. He was known for his kindness, ever-present smile, and unwavering professionalism. After retiring, he transitioned to coaching, managing West Ham, Watford, and serving as an assistant at Chelsea. He also invested in businesses and participated in numerous charitable activities in his native Sardinia. Admirably, despite achieving fame in England, he retained the essence of a true Italian. Today, at 57, Zola lives a peaceful and prosperous life, still regularly participating in legendary matches and being welcomed by fans everywhere as a close friend. The image of a little magician with magical feet and a kind heart will forever live on in the hearts of those who love beautiful football. Antonio Conte at the 1994 World Cup was an energetic player with a fiery, fearless style of play. While not yet the brightest star at the time, he already showed the qualities of a future leader. After the tournament, he became the legendary captain of Juventus, winning every major title from the Champions League to Serie A. His playing style was always based on dedication and absolute discipline. Conte's post-playing career was even more brilliant when he became one of the world's leading coaches. With his strong, sometimes extreme personality, he led Juventus, Chelsea, and Inter Milan to national championships. In real life, Conte is a workaholic, always living under pressure and with a burning desire to win. He is living proof of the saying, "Genius is 1% talent and 99% effort." His personal life is very private. He dedicates all his time to football and his family. Now at 54, whether resting or managing a new team, Conte remains a name that attracts all attention. Every step he took on the field is now transformed into calculated moves on the coaching bench, continuing to inspire the younger generation with his relentless effort. Roberto Donadoni was one of the most experienced members of that squad. With his dazzling dribbling on the wing and deadly curling crosses, he was a crucial attacking threat for Italy. Donadoni possessed the beauty of a player who played with artistic instinct, but was also incredibly disciplined. After the 1994 World Cup, he made a bold decision to move to the United States to play for the NY's NJ Metro Stars, helping to lay the foundation for professional football there before returning to Milan. After retiring from playing, Donadoni pursued a coaching career and had the honor of leading the Italian national team at Euro 2008. He is known for his calm, elegant demeanor and dedicated attacking style of play. Off the field, he is an educated man, a lover of art, and enjoys a peaceful family life. It's noteworthy that his composure on the pitch has carried over into his coaching career, helping him overcome the immense pressures of the profession. Today, at 60 years old, after years of playing for teams from Italy to China, Donadoni is enjoying a more peaceful life. He occasionally appears on television as a commentator, maintaining his handsome appearance and sharp professional insights, and is always respected as a true gentleman of Italian football. At 33, Daniele Massaro was a key player for coach Arrigo Sacchi. He scored the crucial goal against Mexico that helped Italy narrowly qualify for the group stage. Massaro was a dangerous, opportunistic striker, capable of remaining silent for 89 minutes only to finish off the opponent in the final minute. However, like Baresi and Baggio, he missed his penalty in the final shootout, a painful experience that haunted him for many years afterward. After retiring from football, Massaro proved himself to be a multi-talented individual. Instead of pursuing a coaching career, he tried his hand at various other sports, including rally racing, and achieved particular success in golf. Currently, he is an ambassador for AC Milan, traveling the world to connect fans with the team. In real life, Massaro is a very dynamic, open, and energetic person. He learned to face and overcome the pain of 1994 with optimism. At 62, Massaro still maintains his agility and youthful appearance. His journey is proof that football is only a part of life and that one can find glory in new fields if they have enough passion and effort. At the age of 25, Antonio Benarrivo was one of the best fullbacks in the tournament that year. With inexhaustible stamina, he could seamlessly transition between attack and defense for 120 minutes. Benarrivo was an extremely important element in Sacchi's tactical system, adding flexibility to the Italian defense. After the World Cup, he spent his peak years at Parma, winning numerous European titles with the club and becoming a symbol of dedication. Unlike many of his teammates, after retiring in 2004, Benarrivo chose a completely different path: business. He returned to his hometown of Brindisi and ran a successful construction company. He wasn't interested in becoming a coach or commentator, but chose the life of a true entrepreneur. What's admirable is that despite his wealth and success, he remains humble, approachable, and frequently participates in local charitable activities. The combination of his perseverance on the field and his business acumen has led to his success. Today at 55, Benarrivo lives a fulfilling and peaceful life with his family. He is proof that a player can leave the spotlight to build his own empire in real life with great pride. Back then, Arrigo Sacchi's Nicola Berti, at 27, embodied boundless energy and unconventional play in midfield. With his tall stature, flowing hair, and aggressive style, Berti was not just a defensive midfielder, but also a dangerous attacking force, making unexpected runs into the penalty area. He played with a rare innocence and passion, always present in key areas to diffuse pressure or initiate attacks. Although he didn't score, his presence relieved pressure on players like Baggio and the young talent Albertini. Fans of Inter Milan and Italy in general at the time considered him a rock star on the pitch because of his confident, almost arrogant demeanor. After the summer of 1994, Berti's career continued with Inter for a few more years before he embarked on an adventure in England, playing for Tottenham Hotspur, and later for Alaves in Spain. Wherever he went, Berti left his mark with his free-spirited and fiery personality. However, what people remember most about him is his vibrant life after retirement. Unlike his teammates who chose the stressful coaching cabin, Berti chose to live a free life. He even moved to St. Bart's in the Caribbean for several years to enjoy the sunshine and parties, completely away from the hustle and bustle of top-level football. He was an extrovert, a lover of life, and always knew how to fully enjoy the fruits of his labor. What's truly thought-provoking is the remarkable consistency between his playing style and his life. On the pitch, Berti is a tireless nomad, and off the pitch, he's a free spirit who dislikes constraints. He never lets the pressures of fame weigh him down. After years of wandering, he returned to Italy and is now a global ambassador for Inter Milan. At 57, Nicola Berti still retains his radiant smile and mischievous eyes. He no longer runs on sun-drenched pitches, but his passion and optimism continue to inspire, reminding us that football, after all, is a game to be enjoyed. Mauro Tassotti entered the 1994 World Cup as one of AC Milan's best right-backs in history, but a latecomer to the national team. He embodied the maturity, discipline, and scientific defensive capabilities of the renowned Italian style. In Sacchi's system, Tassotti was a guarantee of absolute security on the flank. However, fate chose him as the central figure in a dark moment in the quarter-final against Spain. His elbow to Luis Enrique's face in the penalty area went unnoticed by the referee, but not by the television cameras. The subsequent 8-match suspension permanently ended his international career, turning him into a villain in the eyes of the international press, despite him being one of Milan's most elegant gentlemen. After that grueling tournament, Tassotti returned to his home at San Siro, continuing to play and contribute until his retirement in 1997. However, his greatest journey lay behind the coaching bench. Tassotti spent nearly 20 years as an assistant coach at AC Milan, becoming a valuable right-hand man under several coaches from Ancelotti to Allegri, contributing to countless Champions League titles. Behind the glory on the pitch, Tassotti's life was marked by a painful personal tragedy when his first wife, Antonella, died of a serious illness in 1997, right at the end of his playing career. He had to raise his 2 young children alone amidst the pressures of top-level football, demonstrating a resilience even greater than when facing the most aggressive strikers. The connection between his role as a steel defender on the field and his unassuming personality behind the scenes has created a deeply multifaceted Tassotti. He is a silent hero, a guardian of traditional values, and a bridge between generations. After leaving Milan, he continued his career alongside Andriy Shevchenko with the Ukrainian national team and Genoa. Today at 64, Mauro Tassotti is living a more peaceful life after remarrying and finding inner peace. His journey is not just about titles or that fateful elbow strike of yesteryear, but the story of a man who silently endured adversity, persevered in his dedication, and remained loyal to his ideals.